Now, he's the man who was hired to keep the king's secrets. But 20 years after Elvis's death, his former private eye is talking exclusively to Hard Copy. And what he has to say about the megastar's private life could leave you all shook up. Jerry Pentacoli has our report.
They are secrets from the grave and are sure to strike a chord among millions of Elvis fans.
Elvis wanted me to keep everything a secret for 20 years. Now that 20 years is coming to an end, I can finally speak out.
William Miller was Elvis Presley's private investigator.
I have the answers. You know, I know what the guy was living through. I lived it with him.
Miller met Elvis when he was in his early 20s. The king was just breaking into showbiz. The two wrote letters.
Says, Billy, don't open this up until 20 years after my death.
And as their friendship grew, so did the secrecy.
He wore a black beard, and he always wore this goofy-looking hat.
Living a life of paranoia, Miller says Elvis asked him to set up state-of-the-art surveillance cameras within the walls of Graceland and bug the cars of the people who worked there.
It was really upsetting Elvis that people could talk behind his back like that. And somehow or another, he'd always manage at dinner time to slip in a few of them little quotes that he heard over the microphones.
Elvis also loved to sneak out at night. Miller says he would dress in disguise and go on police stakeouts, sometimes putting his life in danger. According to the king's PI, one time,
wall-to-wall squad cars and everybody's screaming, everybody hollering, duck, 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 and the guns are firing, bullets going everywhere. And Elvis goes, I'm getting the hell out of here.
But that wasn't the first time Elvis stared death in the face. Miller says he was secretly fighting cancer.
I think that Elvis told the doctors not to say anything, and I think that he might have thought it might have ruined his image.
Elvis had hit rock bottom. Miller says Elvis told him he wanted to end it all.
He would say, I'm big, look at me, I'm big, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm losing my hair. I'd tell him, no, you're not. He'd draw little dots on top of his head and when he'd go to bed early in the morning. And when he'd wake up, he'd compare to see if he lost any hair. He didn't want to continue his life, but he couldn't take his own life. And he says, I want to put a hit on myself.
But Miller says a Memphis minister changed the king's mind, saying he wouldn't join his mother in heaven if he or someone else took his life.
When Elvis told me this, he goes, you got to get the hit off. He said, whatever it takes, I want it removed. So I talked to a couple people, and they goes, well, let me tell you something about a hit. No one knows who gets the contract. It continues to go until the job's done.
At that point, Miller says, Elvis was scared. He literally armed himself with up to 8 guns.
They said, Elvis, you're only going to get 1 shot. Maybe you might get 2. There's no way you're going to be able to untape all them guns.
Miller says the biggest mystery yet to be revealed is exactly how Elvis died. He doesn't believe it was a simple drug overdose and says the truth is yet